Hello and good evening to my placement course family. I hope you guys are doing well, right? Let's proceed further. So today we are going to continue from where we have stopped in the previous session. All right. So in the previous session, we have discussed some of the pointers that what we should take care for going for an interview, what we should prepare and how we should prepare. Okay. So we are going to continue from the same thing where we have stopped in the previous session. So in the previous session, I hope you guys remember few points which we have discussed. That means first you need to reach early. You do not need to fidget around. You need to be well dressed and groomed. You need to be focused during the presentation of the company. You need to be flexibility with your answers. Whatever answers you are giving, make sure you are giving the immediate answer without giving a second thought in. If you really want to get that job, you need to show your team player skills. You need to show that you are here to add the value to the organization. And I have shown you guys that how you can use your social media to also get a job, right? I have shared you the case study of one of my student. So again, let's proceed further and let's get started for today's session. Today I am going to again share a case study of one of my student whose name is Satish and who recently got a placement in one of the gaming company. Like it's a software development company, it's an application development company, and it's a gaming company. So today, whatever things I'll be discussing you with the case study of that student. See, every time I love giving you the case studies because I think you people are able to resonate with the case studies. I hope you people are able to take yourself into that person's position, and I hope you people are able to understand from that perspective as well, right? Okay, so let's proceed further and let's continue the previous session. So you need to understand, my dear friends, whenever you are going for an interview, you should take care of this point that you should never fabricate your answers. You know, we have seen many people, many students and many candidates. They are very good at copy pasting the resume. You know, 80% of the candidates who are graduating every year, most of them are just copy pasting the resume. Means they are taking the resume of the topper of the college. See, whenever we are attending the lectures, we have the habit of copy pasting the assignments, right? So usually what happens in the college, when a professors give you some assignment, usually 10 or 20 people in a class do the assignment, and rest another 50 or 60 people copy their assignment, right? And the same thing is followed while making a resume also. Some 5 or 10 people are making the resume, maybe the toppers of the college are making the resume, and most of the students are copy pasting the same resume. In fact, the hobbies, strength, weakness are almost same which a person have written in his resume. They think that this guy have 60, 70 or 80 percentage. He's the topper of the college and he may get a job. And why not? We should also copy paste his resume. So many people make a mistake in the same way. So my dear friend, let's try to understand. In the previous session also, I have given you the example. A person who was having 4th rank in the college was not able to get a job, and another person who was not even in the top 25 was able to get a job. So understand, when you are going for a job, everyone's journey is different. It all depends that how honest you are in front of the interviewer. So it is very, very important thing. And this is the mistake what many freshers make. Many freshers make this mistake that they just copy paste the resume from internet. They just copy paste the resume from one of their friends, or they just make the resume that is looking good. No, you do not have to make a resume that will look good. You have to make a resume of what are the actual skills you have. And this is very important point, my dear friend. You know, before also I have said you guys, whenever you are designing your resume, write only about that skills which you are very much familiar with. Don't write about the skills which you are not confident with. Because understand one thing, whenever you are going for an interview, the interviewer is going to ask you the question, the things that you have written in your resume. You are applying as a fresher. You are not applying as an experienced person. Understand the difference between an experienced person and a fresher. So many people, you know, prepare themselves in a high level. You do not have to prepare yourself for a high level. You only have to prepare yourself according to the fresher's level. Means the point I am trying to keep here is, try to write about the skills that are related with the job. Try to write about the basic things, not so much hi-fi things. Understand, when you go for an interview, he's not going to ask you some rocket science of questions. So it is very important for you that whenever you are designing your resume, you do not write anything that you are not aware about. In the same way, when you are going to give the interview, see, sometimes what happen, we have that habit of college. You know what is happening in college? Whenever we are going for a Viva session, so whatever the external is going to ask us, we are going to give you if suppose we don't know the answer of that question, we are going to give the answer which we know, irrespective of the question that the interviewer is going to ask. This is a habit of many students. I hope many people will agree with me that irrespective of whatever question the external is going to ask you, you are going to give the answer what you know. And the same habit and the same mentality you use for interview also. So understand, that is not your external examination. That is not your Viva examination. That is your interview. It's the most important thing of your career. So whenever you are going for an interview, if you don't know the answer, don't try to fool the interviewer. Don't try to misguide the interviewer. Don't try to fabricate your answer. Because when you are trying to misguide the interviewer by telling something that you don't know, you are creating a negative impact for yourself. And this single thing, yes, this single thing can cost your job, my dear friend. So it is very important thing that whenever you go for an interview, never fabricate your resume and never fabricate the answers that you'll be going to give the interviewer. I hope you guys are clear with this point, right? Now, let's proceed further. You know, every time I keep on telling this point, improve your extracurricular activities, improve your extracurricular activities. In the previous sessions also, I have told this thing n number of time that it is very, very, very important for you to focus on the extracurricular activities. It is very important. And I have told you this thing time and again. And you know, some students ask me, sir, you every time tell that we need to focus on the extracurricular activities, we need to focus on the extracurricular activities, but can you actually guide us? What are the extracurricular activities we should focus on, right? This is the question of many students which I have came across. Sir, can you actually guide us? Because there are so many extracurricular activity, even singing, dancing, playing cricket, playing football also come in the extracurricular activity. So we cannot be good at everything, right? You cannot be good at singing, dancing, playing football, playing basketball, doing coding, participating in technical event, making technical projects. You cannot be good at everything at every time, right? So understand, my dear friends, what do you need to do? What is the main thing that you should focus in today's world? See, every time, every decade, the requirement of the interviewer, the requirement of the company is changing. And with time, you have to change yourself also. So in today's world, the main thing that you should focus when you are studying in your college, the main thing that you should focus and the main extracurricular activity that you should focus is on improving your communication skills, is on improving your public speaking skills. Yes, my dear friend, let me tell you, whatever job you are going to apply in the future. Now, some people will be thinking, I am applying for a coder, I am applying for a programmer, I am applying for a software developer, I am applying for a robotics engineer. Why I need to work on public speaking skills? Why I need to work on communication skills? Understand, my dear friends, in today's world, whenever you are getting hired, say for example, you are getting hired for a robotics engineer. Suppose you are getting hired for a robotics engineer. So you have to work on the hardware part also. You have to work on the software part also. I have said it time and again that this is the most important criteria of the companies, that they are looking for a person who is updated with the latest skills. They are looking for a person who is having hardware as well as software knowledge. I have said it in my previous sessions also, but try to understand. Suppose you are good at coding, you are good at hardware. If you are making a robot, but in today's world, you need to give the presentation of that robot to the clients also. See, understand one thing, my dear friend. In today's world, a person who have the more knowledge of public speaking and a person who have the average knowledge of technical skills, can also get a higher salary as compared to a person who have a good technical knowledge but very low communication skills knowledge. I'll repeat it once again for you people again. In today's world, a person who is having a better communication skill and an average technical skills can get a more salary, can get more payment as compared to a person who is having good technical skills but very less communication skills. This is the demand of market. See, technical skills you can learn anytime. Say for example, when you're joining any company, those companies people, as a fresher, those companies people will give you training. If you're joining any small industry, they'll give you training for 15 days to 1 month. But if you're joining any MNCs, multinational companies, they may give you training for 2 to 6 months also. So understand, the technical skills or the projects that the company is working on, they will teach you. And if you have that learning habit in you, you will learn that skills also. But understand, the most important thing is communication skills. Why communication skills? Because when you're getting hired, you have to represent your company in front of the clients. So say for example, some client, you are working for on some of the projects, you are working for some of the client, and you are not able to deliver the project on time. And if there is some mistake in the project that you have delivered to the client, so you cannot justify your technical problems in it. At that time, you have to use your communication skills to sort out that problem. You need to show the confidence in front of the client that, yeah, this is a minor mistake, I'll do it easily for you. You need to get that skills, that how you can handle that situation. So my answer to you people is, if you really want to focus on one skill, yes, apart from the technical skills, if you really want to focus on one extracurricular activity, that is, you should go ahead with public speaking and communication skills. If I give you my example, when I was in college, I also used to participate in many kind of debates. You know, when I used to participate in, and I have said this story before also, when I used to participate in different kind of debates, for the first 3, 4, 5, debate championships, I was not even able to speak. I didn't knew what the hell is going on, what the topic the people are discussing on, what I should stand up and speak in front of the people. I was really not aware about the agenda. I was not really aware about the topic. Because when you participate in such kind of events, the topic is given on the spot and you need to think on that topic on the spot and you need to deliver the speech on the spot. And I was not even aware about all those things. I was not aware about all those stuff. It took me 3 to 4 to 5 things to understand that, okay, this is how the flow goes on. This is what I should speak. This is what I should not speak. And you should be, it will bring a confidence in you. But many people do not focus on improving these skills. This is the mistake what many people do. See, if you're from CBSE board, if you're from ICSE board, it is a natural thing that your communication skills will be good. You will be good in English. But what about people who belong to state boards? What about people who belong to rural area? What about people who studied in English medium, but they are not good in English? And because they are not good in English, they don't have that kind of confidence. And because they don't have that kind of confidence, they're not able to express their words in front of the people. But in today's world, expressing yourself is the most important skills. Confidence is the most important skills. Communication is the most important skills. So my dear friends, whatever year you are, if you're in first or second year, then you have the major advantage. But if you're in final year, then you have very less time. But still, you have time. Yes, you have very less time, but still you have time. And you need to take care of this thing very, very carefully. I have seen people complaining that if I'm good in coding, then why they are bothered about my communication skills? No, my dear friends, you live in 21st century and you'll be going to give an interview after Corona period. Companies require a person who is able to represent the company in front of the client. It is very important that you have that ability to convince the client. You have the ability to handle the client with confidence, and you have that ability to express your projects or presentation in front of the client. It is very important skills. So if you want to take my suggestion, then this is the most important skill. And if you develop these skills, suppose you do not get a job in any technical field, then also you will be eligible to get a job in any non-technical field also. The profit of having this knowledge, the profit of developing this skill is that you can at least survive in the market. This is the best part about these skills. Suppose you are very bad at technicals, no problem. But with the help of good communication skills, you can get a job in another non-technical fields also. But if you're just good at technicals, let me tell you, your chances of getting a job in the technical field will also become less. Forget about non-technical fields where communication skills is given more preference. And this is the mentality of many technical people, that in the throughout their graduation, they are just focusing how to improve their marks. They are just focusing that how they can get good coding skill or programming skills or good technical skills. But in today's world, you need to focus more on your communication skills compared to your technical skills. Yes, I'm not telling that you do not have to focus on technical skills. You have to focus, but you have to give a preference to communication skills also. And that is the reason, my dear friends, this extracurricular activity plays an important role. Because when you go for an interview, if you have participated in extracurricular activities, if you have won any public speaking championship, if you have won any debate championships, that will add a value. Definitely, if you are winning any debate championships, that will definitely add a value, because the interviewer knows that to win a debate championship, it requires a lot of confidence. It requires a lot of communication skills. And if you have won that competition and if you have a certificate, that itself will be a proof. So I hope from today onwards, you will start focusing on this thing. And yes, as I have said in the first part of the webinar also, I will be conducting a, session on communication skills. So don't worry about it. But then too, my dear friends, just to make you aware, people, that this is the extracurricular activity that you need to focus on. The early you start preparing for this activity, the more beneficial it will be for you. All right. So one thing, if you want to focus for the extracurricular activity, that is for sure communication skills and public speaking skills. Very, very important and very, very, very demanded skill. If you go on internet, if you really want to check whether what I'm telling is true or not, you just go on internet and check what is the most demanding skills in today's world. You'll get the answer by yourself. All right, you can do it later. Let's proceed further. Okay. Now, let's proceed further. What are your career goals? I have already said it. The interviewer is very smart. He knows that in 15 minutes of interview, everyone will try to pretend good. Everyone will try to pretend good. No one will tell about the weakness. No one will tell about the negative points. But this multinational companies HR, they are very smart. They are going to give you 5 lakh salary, 10 lakh salary, 15 lakh salary, 20 lakh salary. And they have that ability that within 10 or 15 minutes, they can make you understand that you are the right candidate or not the right candidate for the company. No matter how much good things you tell about yourself, within 10 to 15 minutes, they can make it verify. And these are some of the questions they ask to know more about you. And this question is one of the most important question to check that what kind of person you are. Yes, it is very important question. The way you answer this question, and let me tell you, according to a survey, that 43% of the people get rejected because they are not able to answer this question properly. What did you heard? You heard it absolutely right. According to a survey, this one single question is responsible for not getting a job for 43% of the freshers. This is how important this question is. So do you want to know how to answer this kind of questions? Yes. How many people want to know that how to answer this kind of question? All right. See, sometimes what happens, the interviewer will try to speak to you in a very, very, very chocolate manner. What do I mean by chocolate manner? Means he will try to speak to you very sweet. In some time, he will make you such confident. In such some time, he will make you so much comfortable that whatever he will ask you, you will answer him like a friend. You will forget that he is an interviewer. He will make you such confident. He will make you such comfortable. This is the tactic that many interviewers use. So understand, you need to maintain your professionalism. And whenever he is going to ask you, what are your career goals? So say, for example, I have seen many people, so if you're applying for a robotics engineer, you cannot tell that my goal or my dream is to one day become a wildlife photographer. You cannot tell such kind of answer. Yes, sometimes you cannot be honest. In the interview, people say that you need to be honest, but sometime you have to fabricate, but in a different manner. Try to understand. So what mistake many people do? Suppose you are going for a robotics engineer, you cannot tell that one day my dream is to become a wildlife photographer. I'm doing a wildlife photography course. Right now, I'm doing a wildlife photography course, or I have completed a photography course. If you're going for a software engineer, you cannot tell that right now digital marketing is more in demand, and in future I want to become a digital marketer. If you're going for any job, you cannot tell that my dream is to become a HR, my dream is to do MBA. After some time, I'm planning to prepare for my MBAs. I'm planning to go for further studies. You cannot tell that right now I'm preparing for the GATE. Right now I'm preparing for CAT exams. Right now I'm preparing for my IELTS exams. My dream is that after 2 years, I want to be in US and do my post-graduation. You cannot tell such kind of answers if you really want a job. Because understand why you cannot tell such kind of answers. Understand first thing. The interviewer is trying to know what kind of person you are. When you say about your career goals, that means you say about your interest. When you say about your career goal, that means you say about your interest. So if your interest is to do MBA tomorrow, then you are going to work in the company as a mediocre just to earn the right experience. This is the psychology behind asking you this question. If you're telling that you are going to do an MBA after 2 years, but right now I want to focus on my job, he is smart enough to understand that your main aim to join this company is to just get the experience which is required for doing MBA. So you are not here to prove your point. You are not here to improve your skills, your technical skills. You are just here for that experience which is required for getting a job in the MBA. If you say that you want to become a digital marketer because digital marketing is going to have a huge trend in the future, that means you are running behind the trend. You are here to give the interview just because you have completed a technical degree and you want to get a job. But as soon as you find an opportunity in digital marketing field, you will leave. Indirectly, you are giving a hint to the interviewer. Understand the basic tactics that an interviewer is using to ask you this question. Very important thing. He's indirectly trying to know. He will smile in front of you like your friend. He will smile in front of you like your girlfriend and boyfriend. And he will try to get the inside things, what is happening in your mind. And this single question is responsible for more than 43% of the people's rejection. So today I am going to share a case study of one of my students, who recently got a placement in one of the gaming industry. That name is FG Factory. Yes, he recently got a placement in FG Factory as a game developer. Means he's working as a software application and game developer as well. So today I'm going to share a case study of that person. When he was asked, what is your career goal? Do you want to know what is the answer he have given? Do you guys want to know? By the way, he was applying for a software developer job. He was applying for a software developer job, but the company was making games also. The companies was making applications also. You know what the answer he have given? What is your career goal when the interviewer asked him? By the way, FG Factory is a Ukraine based company. It is not even an Indian company. It's a Ukraine based company. So you know what is the answer he have given? I would like to tell you people also. So what answer he have given? What is your career goal? He said that, sir, today I want to join your company because your company is mostly working on softwares, applications, and games. So, sir, in future, I would like to develop an application. You know, nowadays we are having an application in our mobile phone that if we look at our mobile phone with the help of our face detection, our mobile phone will get unlocked. But, sir, I want to make such application. Suppose if I want to open my Facebook, then I will show my this finger and my Facebook will get open. But if I want to open my Instagram, then I will show my ring finger and my Instagram will open. If I want to open my Skype, then I will show the thumb finger and my Skype will get open. So basically, he's trying to play with the mind of the interviewer by telling that I'm so much interested in app development, I'm so much interested in software development, that this is my career, this is my goal. So this is how he answered the question. By working in your company, I want to learn about software development, application development, and my long-term vision is that in the future, I want to design and create such an application that can be unlocked with a finger. Specific application means if I want to unlock the Facebook, then the Facebook will be unlocked only with my thumb finger. If I show my thumb finger like this to the camera, then only the Facebook will get open. Are you guys trying to understand? He was trying to make an impression in front of the interviewer. He was trying to show his career path in front of the people. He was applying for a software developer role. But he was trying to prove his point that why I am suitable for this job. Because this is my interest. Are you guys trying to understand? If this is my interest, if you hire me, I'll be working with full of my passion in your company. And if a person is working with full of passion in a company, that person will be an asset for that company. Try to understand this thing. If an interviewer is trying to play with your mind, you also used to use the tactics to play with the interviewer's mind. But it cannot happen overnight. Understand, my dear friend. This is why I every time tell that your extracurricular activities are very, very important. You guys know, time and again I have said you people that decide your domain, decide your domain, decide your domain. In fact, I have conducted a separate session on this topic, that decide your domain. It is very important. But the problem with our students in India is, first they become an engineer, then they decide what to become in life. I hope you guys agree with me. This is the problem with our students. That first they become graduate and then they decide what they need to become in their life. With this approach, you will be always a common person. Understand? Sorry to say, but with this approach, you will be always be a common person. If you do not want to be a common person, you need to have a clear vision of your life. See, I'm not telling that decide an exact domain, but decide a relatively matchable domain. Suppose you want to become a software developer. So you can decide the another domains: game developer, application developer, software developer, robotics engineer, IoT engineer, virtual reality game developer, augmented reality game developer. These are matching fields of software developer or a robotics engineer or any technical engineer. But your domain is software and you want to get a job in marketing, then this is two different things. Where is marketing and where is software development? So I'm not telling that you should be very much specific with your domain, but your domain should be relatively matchable. It should not be totally opposite. That you have decided your domain. Just give me a second, guys. Yes. So you need to have a clear cut domain knowledge. If not specific, then it should be something matchable. I hope you guys are getting my point. If something is matchable, then and then only you will be able to answer this kind of career goal option. Suppose in your extracurricular activities, you have just written about singing, you have just written about dancing, you have written that you have won a competition in singing, you have written that you have won a competition in dancing, you have written that you have won a cricket competition. But in the interview, as your career goal, you are telling that you want to design such an application. See, the interviewer will caught you within 1 minute. Within 1 minute, he will caught you. Because in your past extracurricular activities, you have written that you have won a competition in singing and dancing. You have never even mentioned about any one such activity where it shows that you have a talent of working on softwares, where you have a choice of working on those things. And in the interview, you are telling that you want to become such kind of person. Understand? So your resume is a very important thing, how you design it. The things that you write in your resume and the thing that you're speaking in front of the interviewer should get matched, should get aligned with each other. I hope you guys are understanding, right? This is a common mistake. You know, just by doing this common mistake, you can be caught. Very easily you can be caught. And many people after giving the interview, they come and say, यार इंटरव्यू तो बढ़िया गया था, पर पता नहीं सिलेक्ट क्यों नहीं हुआ. Because this one small mistakes are considered when you are applying for a good company, where you are applying for a good job. I hope your bulb is getting on. I hope you guys are understanding. I hope you guys are making a note about these small things. These are small things. But let me tell you, because of these small things, 43% of the people are getting rejected. All right. Anything, whatever role you are applying for a robotics engineer, IoT engineer, data scientist, software development, game development, application development, whatever role you are applying for, make sure before going for an interview, you decide, you be prepared that 90% of the people are going to ask you this question: what are your career goals? Or he may ask you in different way: where do you see after 5 years? Where do you see after 2 years? Where do you want to after 3 years? He may change the question, but definitely he's going to ask you this kind of question. So you need to be well prepared that what answer you are going to give. And what answer you are going to give, you need to make sure the same thing you have written in your resume also. At least one point you have written about the thing in your resume. If you're applying for an IoT engineer, make sure at least once you have mentioned about IoT projects in your resume. At least once. If you're applying for a software developer, game developer, application developer, make sure at least once you have written about that activity in your resume. All right. And what you have written, the same thing you need to speak in front of the interviewer, so that it should be clear to him that you are not lying in front of him. So try to give the honest answers, my dear friend. Okay. But make sure when you are going for a job, your honest answer should get aligned with the job requirement. All right. Again, you cannot say that if you're applying for a software developer, again, you cannot say that in future you want to become a robotics engineer. Don't choose a very different domain. Choose a domain that is matchable. And that research, you have to do it. And how you have to do it? Before going for any interview, try to understand what job role you are going to apply for. You cannot give the same answer to each and every interviewer. I hope you guys remember the specific interview concept I have taught you guys. This is known as specific interview concept, that you cannot give the same answer every time. According to the company's need, according to the job description, every time you have to change your answer. And every time before you going for an interview, if someone is asking me that for 50 interviews, do we need to give 50 answers? Yes. If you want to get a job, then yes, every interview you go for, every time you need to have a different answer, depending upon the job requirement, depending upon the company that you are going to apply for. All right. Are we clear with it? Let's proceed further. Now, this is a major problem with many people, right? You are not Rajinikanth, right? You're not robot, right? That you'll be having an answer of each and every question. Yes or no, my dear friends? You cannot have the answer of each and every question that the interviewer is going to ask you. So how to handle this situation, right? Because sometimes he may ask you the technical questions that you don't know the answer. Sometimes he asks you some questions that you don't even know about it. So how to answer such kind of questions? That is a major challenge in front of the fresher, that how to deal with such kind of situations, right? So my dear friends, what I'm going to give you, listen to me very carefully. Again, to handle this situation, your resume is the best thing. To handle this situation, your resume can help you to handle this situation. And it is very, very, very important that you need to be an active learner. In your resume, you should design your resume in such a way that if any person look at your resume, it should look like, it should give an indication that you are an active learner. So if you are a quick learner, and if you are an active learner, and if you are not able to answer this question, then also you are able to deal with this situation. I'll tell you how. So say for example, if an interviewer asks you any question and you don't know the answer of that question, right? So what you can tell them, sir, right now I don't have the answer of this question. Sorry to say that. But sir, if you give me some time and if you give me your email ID, I can definitely try to get the best answer of this question. And definitely I'll try to mail you as soon as possible, maybe by today evening itself, sir. Understand? And also, sometime, see, first thing is that the interviewer is not going to ask you the question out of the box. This is first thing. But second thing, if he asks you the question something out of the box, just to check that how you are going to handle that kind of situation. He will put you in that situation intentionally just to check that how you are able to handle it out. Are you guys understanding my point? First of all, he is going to ask you the questions that are basics. Suppose you have written in your resume that you have completed a IoT smart home project. Suppose you have written that you have completed a robotics project that can be controlled by voice command. Suppose you have written that you have made a humanoid robot. Suppose you have written that you have made a virtual reality game, right? So he may ask you that using which components you have made the IoT projects. You will tell that, sir, I have used Arduino Uno. Sir, I have used relay. Sir, I have used Bluetooth module. Then he may ask you why you have not used the Wi-Fi module. You can tell that, sir, Wi-Fi module is little bit costly as compared to the Bluetooth module. And the project what I was making can be done using Bluetooth module. That's why I thought of not spending more money using the Bluetooth module, Wi-Fi module. He may ask you why you have not used the Raspberry Pi, why you have used Arduino. Because you can tell, sir, my project was a smart home project that can be connected with a relay. And to connect with the relay, Arduino is sufficient to provide the 5 volt of voltage to the relay. And my project can be done with these components also, sir. Also, sir, there are 50 different ways of making the same project. But I thought that this project is less time consumable and this project was much more easy as compared to other projects. And it was very much easy as compared to other projects that I thought may be complicated. So understand, my dear friends, if you are able to answer the basic questions, whenever you are going for an interview, make sure that first you are able to answer the basic questions at least. So first of all, whenever the interviewer is going to start the interview, he is going to ask you the basic questions first. First of all, he will not jump to the major questions. Understand? First of all, he will try to understand and ask you the basic questions. Then he may ask you the difficult questions. So if you are able to answer these small, simple, basic questions, then you have already created the impact that you are a quick learner, that you are an active learner. उसको भी लगेगा यार बेचारे को इतना कुछ आता है, ये क्वेश्चन थोड़ा हार्ड है इसलिए आंसर नहीं दे पाया, बट बंदे जिस हिसाब से आंसर दे रहा है उस हिसाब से लग तो रहा है कि ये क्विक लर्नर है. सो अंडरस्टैंड द मेंटालिटी. Whenever you go for an interview, it's always about mind game. And when you don't know the answer, don't try to act over smart in front of the interviewer. Don't try to show your swag. You know, many people have that swag, that college mentality, especially the final year students. They think we are the bap of the college. And they develop that attitude by coming in the final year, that we are the bap of the college. We know everything. But when you go for an interview, keep your swag aside and sit in front of the interviewer like a decent person. He will intentionally try to indulge with you. He will intentionally try to make you comfortable. He will intentionally try to make you angry. He will intentionally try to test your patience. But you need to be focused on one thing, that in every situation, you need to be calm. Every situation, you need to be calm. You do not have to react. Even if he is happy, even if he's happy, acting happy with you, then also you need to be calm. Even if he's acting hard with you, even if he's acting angry with you, you need to be calm. You need to take care. These are the small things they try to judge your behavior, because they know everyone will try to pretend good. But by using these small tactics, they try to check your behavior. All right. I hope you guys are getting these points, right? Okay. Now, let's try to understand the recommendation part. Okay. What do I mean by that? There are two ways of recommendation. Understand, my dear friend. See, every time I have told you that you need to be nice with your professors. You need to be nice with all the people who you are surrounded with, especially with your professors, especially with all the gurus who are dealing with. Why I'm telling you that? See, sometimes what happens, whenever nowadays it's a world of digital media, right? Everything is digitally. Everyone is connected with each other digitally. If you're having a friend list, that friend will be having mutual friend with someone else. Like in one or the another way, everyone is connected with some of the other people, right? So say for example that you are connected on LinkedIn with some of the interviewers, suppose, okay, and you are the only person who is connected with on a LinkedIn on that person, and you are trying to behave in a very good manner. You're trying to behave in a very sweet manner to that person, right? You are using all your efforts. You're putting all your efforts, try to be good with that person, right? But on the other hand, you are having a very unprofessional behavior with your professors. You are behaving in a very unprofessional manner with your professors. You are not sitting the lectures. You are behaving with them in an unprofessional manner. You are not listening to them. You are misbehaving with them. But you want a job from the interviewer. You are trying to behave in a very good manner with the interviewer. So sometimes it may happen. It had happened with many people that they're trying to be good with the interviewer, but at the other hand, they are not good with their professors or other people whom they are connected with. So suppose if I am a owner of a company and you are good with me, and tomorrow I am planning to hire you, okay? But I know that you are from XYZ college, and that XYZ college professor is my friend's mutual friend. Suppose he is my friend's mutual friends. So before hiring you, I will ask my friends, oh, that XYZ professor is your friend, right? So can you do a work for me? I'm planning to hire this person. So can you just ask your friend or your professors that what kind of person this guy is? And if you're not good with your professors, that professor will tell, oh, that guy, don't hire that guy. He's very, very unprofessional guy. And if he's giving such kind of recommendation, if he's giving such kind of review, you are gone. You're gone, my dear friend. And in today's digital world, everyone is connected with each other mutually. If he's not connected, you are good enough. You are lucky enough. But suppose if it's connected, you're gone, right? So behave in such a way with everyone that if anyone want your recommendation, they are ready to give your recommendations. Understand it. This is one way of recommendation. Now, many people do not use this way. Some people use it, many people do not. Because see, most of the multinational companies do not have that much of time. Especially these startup companies do such kind of activities. All those recommendation and all those things. These startup companies follow this thing more. But this kind of practice are not done in multinational companies and macro companies. So this is not much this is not the point where you have to give much importance, but make sure सबके साथ अच्छा रहने में problem क्या है, right? But the second most important thing, recommendation. What is the another meaning of recommendation? Again, I am going to share you the case study of Satish, right? Satish got a placement in a software company, Ukraine based company, by the way. It's a Ukraine based company. It's not an Indian company. And he have got a job as a outsourcing engineer. And you know, my dear friends, what is the one point? His interview was not that good. Let me tell you, his interview was not that good. But one point because of he gets selected. Do you want to know what was that one point because of which he got selected? Do you want to know? Yes, this is the same point because of which he got selected. Recommendation. Do you want to know how? Because of recommendation, he got selected. Do you want to know how? See, my dear friend, I'll tell you how. Whenever you go for an interview, by the end of the interview, every interviewer is going to ask you a question. Do you have any question for me? You know, most of the time, 95% of the interviewers ask you this question, that do you have any question for me? And that time, when the HR of that company asked this guy, Satish, that do you have any question for me? You know what Satish have told? Sir, I have been seeing that your company is working on Unity software to develop 3D based games. And also, sir, in the LinkedIn profile, you have written that you are looking for a person who can improve the animation in the games. Like you are hiring for a person who can improve the animations of your game. So, sir, from your LinkedIn profile, I got to know that your company is using Unity software to make 3D games, virtual reality games, but you are looking to improve your animations. So, sir, I would like to recommend you, instead of using Unity software, you use the Blender software. Because, sir, the profit of Blender software is it does not give you many features. That is a disadvantages. But, sir, your company is mainly focusing on animations. And Unity is not able to provide that kind of animation. I agree, sir. Unity is the best software that give you many features. But your company's main focus is on animations, 3D animations, modeling. So, sir, if you use the Blender software instead of using the Unity 3D software, that will cost you less as compared to Unity, and that will solve your problem of animation as well, sir. This is what I would like to recommend you, sir. Thank you. Understand, my dear friend. Just think about this answer in your mind for 2 minutes. Think about this answer in your mind in 2 minutes. If you are a owner of a company and suppose 70% of the interview was wrong from that person, but are you going to hire that person by just giving this one single answer? You think about this answer in your mind. If I am an interviewer, definitely I am going to hire him. Why I am going to hire him? Because this person is trying to give a solution to my problem. And you know, the same recommendation, you know why Sundar Pichai have become the CEO of the Google? Any idea how Sundar Pichai have become the CEO of Google? Any idea? The same recommendation concept. Because of the same recommendation concept, in the Sundar Pichai have become the CEO of the Google. Do you want to know how? When Sundar Pichai, I guess in his early days, He was talking with the existing CEO of the company, Google. He said, sir, we can work on our own browsing. We can have our own browsing app. You know, before Google Chrome was launched, Sundar Pichai recommended that, sir, we can work on our own browsing app. But you know what that the current CEO said to Sundar Pichai? No, Sundar, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't agree with you, because there are lots of companies who are already in the market who are using this browsing softwares, browsing apps. And at that time, Bing was the most famous browsing app. So the CEO already said, no, I think there will be a lot of coding required in it, and there will be a lot of investment will be required in it. We have to totally make a new team, and time and money will be wasted. I don't think it's a good idea. The CEO rejected his proposal. But Sundar was very much determined with the Google Chrome. He was very much determined with the Google Chrome project. So what Sundar have done, he made a different team. Same in Google. While working in Google, he made a different team and he convinced those people. He have shared his vision to those people. And those people then finally convinced the current CEO of the company. And finally, the CEO of the company have given approval to Sundar Pichai to work on this Google Chrome concept. And finally, when Google Chrome was launched, we all know that it is the world's best browsing application. Yes or no, my dear friends? Are you aware about this fact? Guys, are you aware about this fact? Every 8 out of 10 people are using Google Chrome in today's world. Every 8 out of 10 people are using Google Chrome software. Every Microsoft PC you open, you will find Google Chrome. Everyone prefer Google's Chrome. Right? Understand these things. And you know, when Google Chrome become the success of Google, when Google Chrome become the successful product of Google, then the company people started knowing about Sundar Pichai. And just because of that one recommendation, it have given her huge position to Sundar Pichai in Google. Understand, my dear friend. This is how important roles the recommendation play. This is why every time I tell you people, whenever you go for an interview, make sure you prepare a lot about that company. In fact, I will suggest, instead of revising the technical things, learn more and more about that company. When you go in front of the interviewer, go in front of the interviewer as a solution giver. The world is looking for solution givers. You know what was the salary that Sundar Pichai received in the last financial year? Anyone have an idea what is the salary Sundar Pichai have received in the last financial year? Anyone have an idea? What is the last salary Sundar Pichai have received in the last financial year? It was 2,150 crore rupees. Salary, I'm talking about the salary. What is the salary? 2,150 crore rupees. You don't believe me? Go on Google and search it out. Imagine, this is the salary a person is getting. I have shared you the case study of Prathamesh. He's earning 43 lakh rupees. My dear friends, understand, again and again I tell you people, doing a research is a very powerful thing in today's world. Having a knowledge is very powerful thing in today's world. The companies are looking for solution givers. The companies are looking for a people who can recommend them, then how they can grow. In this world of followers, try to become a leader. The day you will start behaving like a leader, things will start changing for you, my dear friends. Things will start changing for you. Keep this point in your mind. All right. Now, last point, salary negotiation. Again, I would like to give you the example of Satish. Every time I come with an example of one of my students, just to keep you people. Again, Satish. You know what is the salary Satish was getting in FG factory? The salary that was offered to him was 3.5 lakh rupees as a fresher in FG factory. But you know how he was able to negotiate and how he was able to get a 6 lakh salary? Do you want to know? Company was providing him 3.5 lakh salary. Maximum with negotiation, he might have got 4 lakh salary. But this guy have got a salary of 6 lakh rupees. How? Because he was getting hired as a software developer. He was getting hired as a software developer, but the company was also making games. The company was also making applications. And this guy said, sir, I can do the job of 3 people. You don't have to hire a separate application developer. You don't have to hire a separate game developer. And I can do this job for you, for the game developer, for the application developer, and for the software developer. 3.5 lakh salary converted to 6 lakh salary by just one single answer. My dear friends, how many of you remember what is the second criteria that every company used to shortlist a profile? How many of you remember? The second criteria was companies are looking for a person who can do multitasking. Companies are looking for a person who can do multitasking. We have given you 13 courses, not just for the sake of selling the courses. We have given you 13 courses so that you can tell the interviewer that I am a multitasker. I have a knowledge of IoT also. I have a knowledge of robotics also. I have a knowledge of hardware also. I have a knowledge of software also. I can design game also. I can design application also. I can design IoT-based projects also. I can make AI-based websites also. Understand, my dear friend, right? So I hope your bulb just got on. I hope you guys are making a notes. I hope you guys are learning from these sessions, right? That how these small things can literally change your life. 67% of the people are working for average salary. Bangalore is the suicide capital of India. You know, we know that Bangalore is the IT hub of India, but do you know that Bangalore is also the suicide capital of India? With an average salary of just 20,000 rupees in hand, a person is not able to meet his daily expenses also. Top engineering colleges are working for 25,000 rupees salary. And you know how costly it is to live in a city like Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune, Delhi? Forget about that 25,000 rupees salary. People are asking the salary from the, people are asking for the money from the parents to survive in those cities. So you decide yourself. Do you want to live that mediocre life? Do you want to live that average life? Or you want to live that extraordinary life? And to live that extraordinary life, you don't have to do any hard work. You know, the best part is you don't have to work like a donkey for 16 hours in a day. The best part is every day you just need to give 1 or 2 hours. This is the best part, that every day you just need to give 1 or 2 hours. That's it. Within 1 or 2 hours, you can change your life truly. With the help of right strategy, with the help of right knowledge, you can totally change the game. It's just a matter of knowing the right thing and implementing the right thing. It's all about knowing the right strategy and implementing in a right manner. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for attending this webinar. Hope to meet you soon with new strategies, with new tactics, so that I can help you to make your placement process even more easy. So till that time, take care of yourself and take care of your family, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.